Okay, welcome guys on Patente B in English, Marvin the teacher. So now we will be looking at Distanza di Sicurezza, which is the safety distance. Okay, so gradually this is the theory, and then of course you will have access also to the quiz concerning the safety distance. Enjoy the studies. Let's proceed. So on the safety distance, what do we have here? We have spazio di frenatura and spazio di reazione. And then so percezione del pericolo is when you see the danger and then you react. That's what we call spazio di reazione. Okay? Now let's proceed. You see the vehicle going? Okay, then it stops. Why is the vehicle stopping? The vehicle is stopping because there is a tree falling on the road. That's why the vehicle stopped. Okay, let's proceed. What are they telling us here? Spazio di reazione is when you realize the danger and the distance it took you to start using what? The brakes. That's what we consider as spazio di reazione. So the distance that the vehicle went, okay, when you realize the danger to when you started using the brake, that's what we call spazio di reazione. Very good. Let's move forward. So it's very important that we are also paying a lot of attention when we are circulating on the road. Now, spazio di frenatura. What is spazio di frenatura? Is when you saw the danger. I repeat, spazio di frenatura is when you saw the danger and you started pressing the brake. That is what we call spazio di frenatura. So what's this? When you saw the danger and when you started using the brake until when the vehicle stopped, that's what we call spazio di frenatura. Let me repeat it again. Spazio di frenatura is what? Is when you started using the brake until when the vehicle stopped. I believe it is clear. Let's proceed. So we have to be very, very attentive, okay, as we circulate on the road to react very quickly in order to stop the vehicle on time before crashing with anything that is blocking the circulation of the road. In this case, it's just a tree, okay? It's just a tree that is blocking the road. So if the driver is distracted, he will crash with the tree on the road. I believe it is clear for everyone. Okay. Let's proceed forward. Very good. Okay, so here, what are they telling us? This is a safety distance. This is what? The safety distance. So you must keep the right safety distance from the vehicle ahead of you in order not to crash with the vehicle ahead of you. Especially when the road is full of ice, you must keep a major safety distance in order not to crash. Why? Because the road is slippery because of the ice or the snow. So you have to increase the safety distance when there is ice on the road. I hope it is clear. Keep a major safety distance. Spazio di reazione. Tempo di reazione 1 secondo. What does it mean? It means it took you 1 second to realize or to start using the brake. That's what we call tempo di reazione 1 secondo. So time of reaction is 1 second. Okay. So that 1 second, the vehicle went a certain meter, a certain distance. Very good. So in the quiz, we will take a look on also the explanations of the quiz according to the theory. Very good. So you see, when you started using, you saw the danger, spazio di reazione, to when you started using the brake, it's called spazio di reazione. So spazio di reazione is calculated by 1 second. So within 1 second, what is the distance that the vehicle went? What is the distance that the vehicle went till you started using the brake? So as we move further, we will check all those calculations as well. Very good. So here we have the calculations, which is spazio di reazione is equal to what? Now watch this. This is very important. It's very, very important we understand the figures. So 3.6 is what? Here is the calculation. In un secondo si percorrono circa metri 28 se si viaggia a 100 km orari. Vero o falso? The answer is what? Vero. Now, this is the same question you will see in the quiz. Asking you, in a second, your vehicle will go 28 meters if you are circulating at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. And the answer is vero. Why? Because this is how the calculation is done. 100 meters divided by 3.6. Okay, so that 3.6 supposed to be a fixed figure. So that's what is going to give you 27.7 meters. So when you, let me say, round 8, it will give you 28 meters. That is why this question that you see, the answer is vero. I believe it is clear for everyone. So as we move forward, that is how all the other calculations will also be done. Concerning in a second, the meters that the vehicle will go according to the speed of the vehicle. Very good. So here we have 100 meters divided by 10 is equal to what? 10 meters. And to give us 10 meters times 3 is equal to 30. Okay, 10 meters times 3 is equal to what? 30. So the meters will be calculated as in 30 meters, which is close to 28. Close to 28. That is how the calculation is done. Okay. Let's move forward. Very good. Okay. So now in these figures we have, in un secondo si percorrono circa metri 15 se si viaggia a 130 km orari. Vero o falso? What are they telling us? It says, when we are in 1 second, we will transit 15 meters if we are circulating at a speed of 130 kilometers per hour. So this is how the calculation is done. 130, which is the speed, divided by 10 is going to give us what? 13 meters. Then you do 13 meters times 3, which is 29 meters. Almost the double of 15 meters. So that is why even the answer of this question, you don't need me to tell you the right answer. Okay? So you see, they say it is almost quasi il doppio dei 15 metri. Very good. Okay. Let's proceed. Allora. Now, what do we have here? In un secondo si percorrono circa 42 metri se si viaggia a 150 km orari. Vero o falso? So, of course, the answer is it not vero? Why? It says, this is the calculation. 150 divided by 10 is equal to 15 meters. And then it does 15 meters times 3. Because the calculations we do, it is 3 figures that we use. That's why it's times 3. So it will give us what? 45 meters. So 45 meters is close to what? 42 meters. So that is why the answer of the answer of this question too is what? Vero. Very good. So if you learn it in this manner, it is very easy for you to pass your exams without wasting time. Make sure you like the video. Keep learning with Marvin, the teacher. After the theory, we'll also do the quiz of the very topic. Very good. So you see, they say the answer is vero. Very good. Now, what are they talking about? The motorbike should not be distracted. What are they showing us here? That the motorbike is distracted by watching the lady. Okay? By watching the lady. So what happens is that here we are talking about paying attention, because your attention will determine how the safety distance is going to be, whether you be involved in an accident or not. So, as you can see, the motorbike crashes with the vehicle in front because he or she was distracted by watching someone or the lady walking on the left side of the road. Very good. So when you are circulating on the road, do not be distracted. Even if it is for 1 second, do not be distracted. Even if you are going slowly, I repeat, do not be distracted. The safety distance also has something to do a lot with using the phone or smoking. So when you were chatting on the phone, when you are smoking, you can be distracted. Okay, as you can see, you can be distracted. So in this case, the person is trying to set the navigation system whilst he or she is driving. That's why you see that it is cancelled, because it is not allowed. So do not change or be distracted when you are driving on the road. Do not be acting or pressing on the radio or the navigation system. You will be distracted and you will be involved in an accident. These are things or medicines or chemicals that can affect your driving skills and your attention and your safety distance, which is what? Hashish, marijuana, LSD, efetamina, cocaine, heroina, farmaci sedativi. What will this thing do to the circulation of the road? It will prohibit you from paying attention and you'll be involved in an accident. So when you make use of any of those medicines, the spazio di frenatura will become affected by it because you are distracted or your mind is not stable because of taking those medicines. I hope it is clear for everyone. So the spazio di frenatura depends on the concentration of the driver and also on the medicines you take. Very good. What are we watching here? This is very important diagram. Make sure you take a screenshot, you keep it inside your pockets. Okay? What are they showing us here? It's very simple. They are just showing us the differences based upon the speed of the vehicle and the spazio di frenatura. What does it mean? It means la velocità raddoppia, spazio di frenatura quadruplica. So it means if your speed is doubled, the braking distance becomes what? 4 times more. I repeat, the first one, velocità raddoppia, meaning if your speed is doubled, your spazio di frenatura, which is the braking distance, will be 4 times more. Very good. The next one, it says velocità triplica, which means if your speed is 3 times faster, spazio di frenatura becomes 9 times more, 9 volte. Ok? 9 volte di più. These are things you need to memorize. Okay? The third one, velocità quadruplica. If the spazio di frenatura, velocità quadruplica. So when the speed becomes 4 times more, the braking distance becomes 16 times more. Okay? Let's repeat it again. La velocità raddoppia, meaning if you are going at a speed of, let me say, 80 kilometers per hour, your spazio di frenatura, which is the braking distance, becomes 4 times more. Why? Because you are going faster. La velocità triplica, when the speed is 3 times more faster, 3 times faster, spazio di frenatura becomes 9 times more. Why? Later I will explain all of this. Why? La velocità quadruplica. When the speed becomes 4 times more, your braking distance becomes 16 times more. Okay. So now, why does spazio di frenatura becomes 4 times more according to the speed? And below we have 9 times more and 16 times more. Is because the faster the vehicle goes, the longer distance is going to take for you to stop your vehicle. So if you go too fast, it will take you the double or the 9 times or 16 times the distance before your vehicle will be able to stop when you start using the brake. That's just the explanation of this diagram, or let me say these figures you see on the screen. So this is something you have to memorize. If not, you may fail it on the questions. Now, when you are climbing a hill or a mountain, that is salita, spazio di frenatura diminuisce. I repeat, spazio di frenatura diminuisce when you are climbing a mountain. Okay? When you are climbing a mountain, spazio di frenatura diminuisce. Why? Because since you are climbing a mountain, as soon as you press the brake, the vehicle stops. That's the reason why. Okay? And also, when you are climbing the dorso, spazio di frenatura diminuisce as well. Now, spazio di frenatura aumenta in these situations. The first situation is aumenta in case of ice, the first one, and then the one on the right, aumenta again in case the road is full of dust. Okay? Diminuisce when the road is dry. The safety distance diminuisce, o spazio di frenatura diminuisce. Why? When you are on a dry road. Spazio di frenatura or safety distance increase, aumenta, when you are on a raining road or when the road is wet. I believe it is clear for everyone. Very good. So these are situations in reality that you have to keep in mind when you are answering the questions. When your tires are well consumed, you must change them. If not, it will affect your safety distance and your braking distance. These are things that have effect on the speed of the vehicle and also on the safety distance. The tires, the condition of the tires, and also the brake disc or the brake pad, and also the suspension of the vehicle. So if the tire is consumed, if the shock absorbers are destroyed, if the braking disc or the brake pad is consumed, it has effect on the safety distance of the vehicle. So, as you can see, the ABS begins to work. So, whenever you realize your braking system is inefficient, what must you do? You have to simply change those parts that are no more effective. Very good. So here we have a simple diagram. Spazio totale di arresto. What is spazio totale di arresto? Spazio totale di arresto is spazio di reazione plus spazio di frenatura. I repeat. Spazio totale di arresto is spazio di reazione plus spazio di frenatura. That is the perfect calculation for spazio totale di arresto. Very good. So this is just the diagram of what I just told you. Da spazio di fattori spazio di reazione, and then fattori spazio di frenatura. Very good. So you see the distance. So you have to keep the safety distance. Right. As you can see, the vehicle in front stops because there is an animal crossing the road. Okay. So we have to always keep the right safety distance. The only way we can keep this working is when we are attentive while driving. Very good. When the road is full of fog, there is thick fog, you have to increase the safety distance from the vehicle ahead of you, because if not, it's easy for you to crash with that vehicle. Of course, when the road is full of vehicles, traffic, you still must keep your safety distance in order not to be involved in an accident. You have to keep the safety distance also because of what? Let's go back. Because of these situations, what do we see here? The vehicle ahead of us, his load is falling down. So you have to increase the safety distance. Why? Because when you realize that the vehicle in front of you's load is falling, increase your safety distance to avoid being involved in the things that are falling from his vehicle. Very good. Now, a vehicle climbing upwards, we are behind, and that vehicle carries a load. Increase the safety distance between that vehicle in order not to crash or not to be involved with the goods that may fall from his vehicle. So always important, keeping the right safety distance. Now, the safety distance is also based upon three things here, which I have already told you, but here you understand it even more, which is concentrazione, which is concentration, condizioni psicofisiche, which is psychological, your psychological system, and also salute means your well-being, your health. Let's repeat. The safety distance based upon the concentrazione, which is the safety distance, which is the concentration, is also based on the condizioni psicofisiche, which is your psychological condition, and also on the salute, which is your health or your well-being. Because if you are not well, or if you are psychologically unhealthy, or if you can't concentrate, you will be involved in an accident. So these are very, very important factors to consider when circulating on the road. Very good. All these things that we are seeing are in the questions, okay? What is going on here? When you are distracted, what happens is that you crash with multiple vehicles because of distraction. Now, a motorbike can make an overtaking on the left side. This is the motorway. Is that clear? Can make overtaking on the left side. Very good. Without causing any danger. So this is how the motorbike can make its overtaking. A car can make its overtaking where? On the left side. When it is one carreggiata composed of two lanes for each sense of circulation. Because the road we're watching is a curve. It is a curve. So if it is two lanes for each sense of circulation, the car can overtake another car on the left side. Of course, so far as there is no a sign of prohibition of overtaking. I believe it is clear for everyone. Very good. Let's move forward. Remember, safety distance is very important. Here they are talking about aumentare la distanza di sicurezza. How do you increase the safety distance? And why should you increase it? You increase it because you realize the vehicle ahead of you has a load that is exiting from the shape behind of the vehicle. So aumentare la distanza di sicurezza, increase the safety distance, because if not, it will not help you at all, for you will crash with the vehicle. So always keeping a longer and a higher safety distance from vehicles that are transporting goods which exit from the shape of the vehicle. Very good. Let's move forward. We have to keep 20 meters safety distance from the vehicle that cleanses the road from the snow. Okay, which is macchina sgombra neve. Macchina sgombra neve. We must keep 20 meters distance from that vehicle. And also from the macchina spanditrice di sale, also we have to keep 20 meters distance behind. Now, when the distance between autocarro and camion is 100 meters distance minimum. 100 meters distance minimum. That's why we can see the figure 100 metri, 100 metri. I believe it is clear for everyone. Very good. Thank you for watching up to the end. This is Marvin the teacher. Now, let's exercise, or let's start with the exercise of limite di, or let me say the safety distance, distanza di sicurezza. God bless you. I believe you have learned something. Like the video and subscribe. Share it to a brother and a sister, of course. Advise them to subscribe and let them learn something good. See you the next time.